for watching this video on how to use the dermoscopy with a Wi-Fi enabled device to upload photos, not just for advice and guidance, but to get them onto the patient record simply on SystmOne. We have everything we need in a Tupperware box that's kept in a cupboard that will allow any doctor or clinician to take photos and upload them to the patient record or use them for referrals. We purchased a nice fold-away plug with a USB charger and a lead which had a 3-in-1 mini USB, a USB-C and a lightning charger. The lightning charger is used still by the iPhone 13s, and the dermoscopy that we were given uses USB-C, so it means that you can charge both devices from one plug point if you need. It's quite simple to use the magnetic ring, and it literally then the device will attach straight away to the phone. Logging in is a simple affair. And I've moved icons around on the phone and actually have the Consultant Connect app icon in the bar, the taskbar at the bottom, along with the camera and the Photos app. So here we have a test patient up, and it's required if you want to practice this to use a test patient with an NHS number in order to use the advice and guidance app properly. So the idea is if you put the NHS number into the advice and guidance app, the information will automatically come down by the next day onto a PDF into the attachments. What will also happen, if you do take the pictures on a Wi-Fi enabled device, they will automatically be uploaded straight away onto the Consultant Connect website. The Consultant Connect website, and I suggest that you keep it as a bookmark. One thing to note here, this is not my personal account. It is the account for the surgery, which everybody can use without logging in and out. So as you can see, by going into the Consultant Connect app on your Wi-Fi enabled device, you can put in the patient's NHS number. It will then find the patient, and it tells me on this app that this patient is not registered with my organisation, but it does recognise it as the test patient. I'm going to add some notes, but you don't have to. So I'll just say picture of desktop and save. And then it gives you the option whether you want to share these photos or save without sharing. So what you want to do is save the photos without sharing, and at the bottom you can see how it's transferred the photos. And if we go back to the correct screen on Consultant Connect, you can see that they've turned up immediately. Now you can download the photos if you want. If you wanted to as a PDF, or the actual photos, which can then, if you go into your downloads folder, you can see that the photos are sat there, and you could literally pick them up if you wanted to and drag them into the record straight away, or you could do nothing and the next day a PDF will come down naturally and be processed by the documents processor as well. If we take a look on the system. If you did want to drag them into the patient record straight away, again, go to record attachments. I'm just going to resize both these windows so you can see them both. And then literally you can drag over the add files and it comes up with the picture, and you can say what you like, test A. And it's as quick as that. So just to show you, I'm going to save that record, bring them back up, and it doesn't slow anything down. So obviously you could use a dermatoscope picture or just a picture with the device, and it's that easy. And then you can view in Windows. So that's how to get photos on from Consultant Connect. Morning, I am outside our very esteemed surgery, Haileyview Surgery in Hoddesdon, to give you an overview from our GP champion on teledermatology. I'm going to go and meet them now and show you how a good working example of how to use the device and make it simple for all the clinicians. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Naomi Oraha. I'm a GP in Hoddesdon, and I've been appointed to champion the GP teledermatology project, which involves us attaching dermoscopic images to our urgent and suspected cancer referrals. So most practices should be having a DL200 dermatoscope, which attaches onto some sort of iPod or device with a magnet, so it just sort of clicks on like that. So in order to set the dermatoscope up, you want to just twist this thing here. It just pulls the lens out and you magnetise it onto your device. So unlock your device, and you would want to open up the Consultant Connect app. So you should be brought up this page, and you want to click the photo SAF button and then just confirm here, and that will give you your image with your dermatoscope attached. Now there's two buttons to turn on your dermatoscope, one button to turn on your dermatoscope, which is just over this side, and you see that turns the light on, and then another button here where there's a small P, and that switches between your polarised and your non-polarised light. Right, so
I shall be model.
We'll just demonstrate here. So at the moment I've got the dermatoscope set up, I've got the light turned on, and we're just going to take a photo of the lesion here. So you just click the photo button, and that's taking a photo with the polarised light, with the little P is illuminated there. You click use photo, and then you've got a photo button here where you can take a second photo and turn off the polarised light and take another photo of the image, of the lesion. Oh. And then as part of the pathway, they are also asking for a field image and a close-up image. So we're just going to disconnect the dermatoscope and just use the device on its own. So take a field image of the arm.
Still using the Consultant Connect though.
Still on the app,
so
exactly. And then just a close-up image. It's just a bit harder to get on the device, but you can click on the lesion just to focus in on it. You can click use photo, and then you would input the patient's NHS number onto here. So I'm going to input our test patient onto here for you. And then you would click next, and then you can put some notes on there. So this was the patient's right forearm, so you can add that as notes, and then you would click save without sharing, and that would save it to the Consultant Connect platform. So I've opened up Consultant Connect here. Now we use a surgery-wide login for our Consultant Connect. So you can open it up onto your desktop if you go to the Consultant Connect website and log in with the username and password that your surgery is using. you have different options going forward from here. So the photos that you've taken will automatically go through onto the patient's record as a PDF, but that sometimes doesn't happen until the next day, just depending on your surgery's process for documents being imported onto the system. But I can see the photos here, and I've got different options. So what we would look to do is either download the photos and drag them onto the patient's record. That's if you wanted to send the 2-week wait off today without having to wait for the PDF to be saved into the record. So you can click download photos here, click all photos. So it's put them all into a zip file, and then you can drag each one over to the patient's record, which I'll just show you how to do now. If you open SystmOne and you go to record attachments, then you can drag them over into this area here. So if you drag each one over, and you could add any notes that you wanted to. So then you can view the image, and you can see that the image has been saved onto the patient's record now. I'm going to drag that over here. You can see that the images, each of the images have been saved. So you could either then attach those straight onto your 2-week wait, or you can wait for the PDF to come through and send it through as a PDF as well. That's the other option. Wow. Those are sort of the two main ways. So you'd either wait for the PDF to come onto the record and then just have that attached to your 2-week wait referral with the relevant pro forma, or you can attach them as individual files as another option. So the dermoscopy is not only a good tool for this new pathway, it's a good tool to use in day-to-day general practice. If you're unsure about a lesion, you can take the photo of it, you can send it to Consultant Connect Dermatology for advice. That's outside of East and North Herts though. Or you can also use it to monitor lesions. So say if you see an actinic keratosis and you decide to treat it, you've got a photo of your pre-treatment and you can monitor it throughout the treatment to see whether treatment's been effective or not. Also, if you're quite sure a lesion's benign, but there's maybe something in the history that you're a little bit worried about, patient's not sure if it's changing, you can take the photo and then bring the patient back in 2 to 3 months, take another picture, and then again you've got that A, saved to the record, and B, you've got that comparison there. Also, if perhaps you know that the patient may not be followed up by the same doctor, the image is saved there for another clinician to review and be able to make a good comparison with.